Ren had always lived quietly, like a thought unfinished. Sunlight spilled across the wooden floors of his studio, catching on streaks of paint that never quite washed away. Blues, whites, soft grays, colors that didn't demand attention, only existed, like him. His fingers were stained again. They always were. He liked it that way. It felt like proof that he existed somewhere. Across the city, however, existence looked very different. In a tower of glass and steel, his twin brother ruled, Kale. Same face, same eyes, but everything else different. Where Ren softened, Kale sharpened. Where Ren created, Kale conquered. Kale was power. Ren was an afterthought, the spare.
Rain lashed violently against the penthouse windows that night, as if trying to tear its way inside. Inside, the storm had already begun. "You're marrying him," their father said flatly. Kale leaned back, unimpressed. "You mean I'm being sold?" Their mother's hands trembled around her glass. "Lord Silas will save this family." Silas, a name spoken carefully, fearfully. A man who didn't just hold power, he was power. Kale stood, irritation flashing in his eyes. "Fine," he said, "I'll marry your machine." And just like that, he walked out. By morning, Kale was gone. No note, no warning, no trace. The wedding, however, remained. Press flooded the estate, investors circled like vultures, and Silas was already on his way. That was when their parents remembered. Not Kale, but what was left behind. The studio door slammed open. Ren barely had time to turn before hands were on him, pulling, gripping, deciding. "You're going to save us," his mother said. "I don't understand. Where's Kale?" "Gone," his father snapped. "So now you are him." The paintbrush slipped from Ren's hand. "No, I can't." But they didn't listen. They never had. His hair was cut, his clothes replaced. The paint was scrubbed from his skin like it was something shameful, something to erase. And when they were done, Ren was gone. Kale stood in his place. The estate glowed under cold moonlight. Every step down the aisle felt unreal. Don't trip, don't speak, don't be yourself, be Kale. But at the altar, Ren made a mistake. He looked up and met Silas's gaze, still, sharp, knowing. "You look pale, Kale." Ren swallowed. "Stress, Lord Silas." Their hands touched, and Silas paused, just slightly, just enough. His thumb brushed over Ren's knuckles and stopped. A faint trace of blue paint. Ren's heart dropped. He knows. But Silas said nothing. Marriage brought no warmth. Silas's home was vast. Glass. Stone. Silence. "You will comply," Silas said. "Nothing more is required." Ren nodded. It should have been simple. Just pretend. But pretending wasn't easy. He struggled with cufflinks, added too much sugar to his coffee, stopped in the garden, kneeling beside a dying orchid, carefully tending to it. Each mistake, a crack, and Silas noticed all of them. He always noticed. Sleep didn't come easily, and when it did, it brought fear. Kale returning, laughing, taking everything back. Ren woke in the dark and wandered through the silent halls until he found the library. Moonlight stretched across the floor. There was paper, charcoal, and before he could stop himself, he drew. Not the feared man the world saw, but something else. The stillness, the weight,
the loneliness beneath the surface. You are awake. Wren froze. Silas stood in the doorway, watching. The truth didn't come gently. It broke. "You're not him," Silas said quietly. Wren's breath hitched. "Kale's smile was a weapon," Silas continued. "Yours is a shield." Silence. Then, Wren. His name felt like something fragile, finally spoken aloud. "You knew?" Wren whispered. "From the beginning." Wren trembled. "I was afraid." "I know." Silas stepped closer. Not cold, not distant. Something softer. "For you didn't run." For the first time, Wren didn't feel like he was pretending. A week later, Kale came back. Messy, careless, smiling like nothing had changed. "I'm ready to take my place." Relief flooded their parents' faces. "Wren," they said dismissively, "pack your things." Just like that, erased again. Kale laughed. "You did your job. Go back to being nothing." But this time, Wren didn't move. "No." The word cut through the room. He stepped forward. "My name is Wren. Not quiet, not hidden. I am not your spare." Silas moved beside him, steady, certain. "I married a soul," he said, "not a name." For the first time, Kale faltered. "Remove him." And just like that, the golden heir disappeared. A year later, Wren stood beneath gallery lights, not hidden, seen. His art filled the walls, an orchid blooming in snow, a hand holding sugar, warmth hidden inside something cold. Artist of the Year, Wren Silas. He smiled, not small, not uncertain, whole. The city stretched below them. Lights, life, endless motion. Silas stood behind him, on the balcony. "Are you happy, my shadow?" Wren turned, soft, certain. "I'm not a shadow anymore." He stepped closer. "With you," a quiet breath, "it's always noon." And for the first time in his life, Wren stood fully in the light.